ball rolling, hopefully win pistol, go from there. For Endpoint on your T side, for me, if they win the T pistol, win the first buy round, then we're really seeing them hop into form, hop into shape, and potentially have a very good start in the first half.
Tell you what, comfortability, that's a new one. Loving that.
Yeah, well.
Pistols is going to kick off Endpoint over on that T side, as we mentioned. Fish123, you're going to start on the CT side. 5 sets of Kevlar for Fish, very, very dead set on finding these Angels. In comparison, Endpoint bringing a bit of spice to life as they go for the Molotov and double flash setup. Already Mighty Max barreling up through Banana, now looking to make sure this round doesn't go a bit pear-shaped, as it is going to be only a few shots here and there. Sliggy to try and contest. Meanwhile, that bomb and Co, bit by bit, creep up towards this A side, get themselves in apartments here, and I like this from Endpoint. It's something different, it's something fresh. It's also a bit of a ruse.
Yep, looking out towards CT. Will win the Angel towards Mighty Max. It's going to be the first frag going their way. Robin gets unfortunately time there, but he's behind all three of these players. One tap onto Lazar.
So crisp.
Imi is behind two players. I think he's the duel versus Keita. Spamming on the wait, finds the first. Can he get the second? No, he can't. Fast trade there from Keita. He's taking his knife out. You know they're on. Okay, Pete. You know they're on A, but Pete doesn't really know where the CTs are. Roma, very. Gosh, what bullshit. Endpoint, please show me better form on these after plants in the buy runs, right? Overpass on their T sides, they got a lot of bomb down, a lot of the bomb plants down. It was in the after plants where Fish123 would swarm in, win the duels, win those rounds. Endpoint, please show me something stronger on your after plants on Inferno. I think,
Sure.
do you know what? If they didn't play 90 or 100, if they didn't play 90 rounds of overpass before this best of 2, I don't think we'd be seeing a sloppy play from them. I think at this point, it's going to be so hard for them to keep focused, to keep playing at the top level for like 4 hours straight.
So much damage as well, so early on. PT is going to find the trade. The invisible Glock going to strike again. Apologies for that, folks. Is going to get resolved relatively soon, bear in mind. But, that aside, 3 versus 4. The quad UMP setup looking to make some money for the CT side. Shaping up to be a pretty clean round, and all Robin did fall, of course. But aside from that, Fish123 play the situation correctly. They shouldn't lose anyone else, and that is perfect for them. Build up that economy, get the ball rolling, and keep it a very clear CT side favouring situation for them. Sliggy going to take the enemy bit by bit and get closer and closer to that fateful end.
Take the what, sorry? Taking potentially the second round here for the side of Fish123. Rhyme of the double kill with the SMG, and we're going back to us. Hello.
Yeah, we're fixing the invisible Glocks. So, what can I say?
Good bottle of water, man. Fair play.
You know what? Shout out to Buxton Water. What can I say? Yeah, Buxton Water, boys. Powering casters.
Curses chairs. What else? We're going to plug Omen. Go for it, mate.
I mean,
Sennheiser headsets.
you've got the show right now. It's your time to shine. Sell out.
B-long game.
Not cheesy at all, don't worry.
There we go.
What are we thinking? It's 2-0. Let's bring it back to the game, though. Let's keep the focus on Fleek there. Endpoint, they have to make it work with these rifles now, surely.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely do. Max is going to buy as well, so we're going to be seeing 5 AKs on the T side. Fish123, right? They've got 4 SMGs still. Do they keep on to them? 4K on Roma, 5,000 on Sliggy. If they keep these guns, win this round with these SMGs, I mean, they're going to have full utility. They can run double op setups if they want to. I mean, Endpoint, they need to get the ball rolling ASAP. I mean, this is the thing, right? For Endpoint, Fish123, they can really gain the momentum here and just get far ahead in the lead. Endpoint need this round. If not, they need the following buy round after that. If Fish123 get to 6-0, 6-0, 7-0, that's when things get very, very dire for Endpoint.
I just don't see the comeback potential from them either. I think that's the concern for me. There is no... I don't want to say the phrase emotion. I think it's more kind of being in touch with the game after this long, right? You have to kind of ask the question of, at the end of the day, if they go 7-0 down, 8-0 down, that hunger to win, it's going to be a lot less apparent than being, that fresh guy off the block going into a matchup.
Yeah, it's a lot easier just to mentally tap out and not give up, but in a sense, not have the fighting spirit to try and claw yourself back, try and get back into the game.
It's either that, even just a simple twitch, just to look to your right, look away from your monitor for a second, can be enough to cause you to die.
Yeah.
Think of simple things in CS such as that. You see it on a day-to-day basis. Every now and then you look to the right, look to your left, just focus not there.
Yeah.
It's all over. Waiting for them to come through though. It is going to be the unpause, so we are going back into the action. We can stop babbling on about random bits.
Buxton water.
I think it's all about the Buxton water. They went to go get themselves some water, in fact. That's why it was a little bit more delayed, yep.
Great.
I think Robin wanted some water, so you know what? He was just joining us on the sellout train.
5 AKs on the side of Endpoint. Money isn't very good for them still. Flashbangs, a couple of smokes. Already Sliggy started.
Nice little start, a 1-for-1 trade, of course. Both of these rifles, so much damage on towards the Endpoint side, though, just spells huge rewards for Fish123. They're going to be happy as anything as they play into this round, and so early on as well, really sets them up now just to sit tight, play passive on these sites, wait for them to push. Because as Endpoint do, these rifles can try and isolate them one by one. And, you know, for example, look at Roma. If he gets a blue off on towards PT, that's an easy frag for him to find. Robin gets the backstab Immy. It's all just shaping up to be so good. Slicky can just wait in towards pit, just sit tight, flash them off. Don't really see the value in him peeking, but you know what, Robin? He's going to mop them up either way. A double spray down for him. PT now playing 1 versus 3. That's not going to happen. T-Sac is going to eat him alive with the UMP.
There's no way in hell Endpoint expected the early aggression there from Fish123. But you can see why. They had 4 SMGs. That's why they opted to push, get close range with those guns. Sliggy had the only rifle. He stayed top mid. Found the first gun to Lazar. From there, the SMG swarmed into the bottom of mid towards T-spawn. Imi made the right call to try and push up second mid, try to get towards A. Problem is, though, again, Robin basically just decimated them with a nice 3k there on the retake. Endpoint didn't have an answer there. And now on the full eco, we could be seeing Fish123 get even more money than they already have. Oh, I'd say that actually. We've got 4,000 or so. Flash in through mid, and then try and go for that fast arch play.
Sliggy going to be there ready and waiting to try and always relive a bit of a Pasha bicep style moment. Tries to push on forward though and just get even more for his troubles. Happy as anything as that for will just be very, very easy for him, to be honest. As he will mop them all up. A quad kill for him. Not quite the single spray down, but the frags nonetheless as he's starting to feel it.
5 players still alive now, 7,000 roam up, nearly 7k as well onto Robin. Endpoint, this is the point I mentioned before, right? They need this round. 5 AKs, once again, no AWP. They really need to find their footing to this game. Max and Ezio still haven't found a frag yet, and it is the 5th round. Sliggy just chucks the nade, doesn't want to get too aggressive. Nade actually does 31 damage there onto Lazar. Flash over to Banana. Pete's going to try peek it. Now they're going to try to take control of Banana. Towards car. Slow aggression is on the T side. Slow take control of the map. Going to force and push back the CTs towards their bomb sites. If these Ts head towards A, you can see already Keita playing close there, and obviously, I believe that's Robin as well. Actually, no, I'm not quite sure which player that is. It is Roma. So Roma as well playing close with Keita towards shore. They may have boosted on the roof. Actually, I'm not quite too sure, but still. If the push comes in towards A, they could definitely decimate them there, as they're not going to be anticipating no one towards Arch.
I mean, there's lack of archway.
Sorry, apps.
Either way, putting that point to rest. 50 seconds on the clock. Apps, archway, all the same. Here's going to be the CT side getting themselves into position. Keita ready and waiting to see if Imi is even going to toy with the idea of ploughing on forward, making that jump. Which even is going to be the case now, but he's going to be expended from the CT side. They bait him into it. Hook line and sinker. What a frag for the CT side to connect to. Now he molly off as well, stopping Ezio from charging on forward. This is looking disastrous for this T side on their push. They're being placed into a box, forced to run towards this B site, which plays perfectly into the hands of Fish123.
Yeah.
A little cautious about this rotate that Robin is doing, but he's just kind of clocked onto it. He can get himself back towards Coffin, and this is an angle where he can just do so much work for so little value.
Robin now towards Graveyard. Kind of be traded, and actually Lazar finds that kill onto T-Sac.
This is going wrong real quick.
I know. They found the double entry, found the kill onto Sliggy. Suddenly, from a 4 versus 5 to 2 versus 3, Ezio is low. Molly onto Keita. If you molly him out, actually, the molly might even just kill him straight up.
He moves anyway. Doesn't matter.
Fails the molly, but still, Lazar needs to be the player here to win this round for them. Finds the 3rd from this round. Very good with the AK, it seems.
They're really on point with the rifle now, as he seems to have an idea of the position being held, baits him into it. One by one is going to be taken, but Mighty Max is going to be the assurance to make sure Endpoint get themselves a round. Just that though, a round. That's all it gets them. They're not out of this one. They're still climbing the hill. They're still looking at Mount Everest because it's 4-1. Fish123 not the sort of team that just lay to rest after losing 1 round.
That was the round they needed though. 5 rounds in, they finally got one on the board. Imi put down to just an SMG. T-Sac
Just having a bit of a chill.
has DC'd, I think. What's happened? What's up with Tisa?
Just relaxing a bit, it's all well and good. Resting his legs, you know, having a bit of a stretch. Is going to buy up though and get himself that utility. And here we go, back into action. Goes Banana. Going to be the point of contention. PT, I think early advantage of Robin. As a 1 versus 1 duel will favour that T side. Getting themselves that pick, but not without loss. 2 HP. Some correct utility, already enough to take him down.
Upon Sliggy. Roma towards short now as well. How do they opt to play their T-side now that they have the man advantage? Gonna play slow. They want the CTs to push for information. They want one of these players on the CT side, Fish123, to step up, try and make a play. Trying to take advantage of that. Instead, they're gonna play nice and slow. Flashes rain in through mid. Ezio now towards Boiler, pushes out, spots no one towards Arch, and now the push can come in towards it.
It sets them up. A Molotov is going to begin to burn their one towards balcony. PT ready and waiting to face up against T-Sac. Meanwhile, he should be able to win this duel though. But as we said, meanwhile, action over on towards this A site. Sliggy, so much to achieve here. Not the angle you want to be at. He'll miss the opening shot as well. Ezio going to pop off with a smooth criminal left double kill for him. Leading it into a very odd situation now for the CT side. The bomb is going to get planted. And at 2 versus 4, Fish123 can't respond.
2 rounds now, 1 in a row for Endpoint. Still, 2 players from the Fish123 side staying alive. Money is in tatters though, 1.6k there for Robin. 1,000 as well on 2 other players. They can go for a force buy though. If these 2 players stay alive, they can drop over SMGs. Fish123, they can still go for the force. If they win that, then that puts them back into this game. If they lose that though, we could easily see Endpoint reach 4. We could be seeing 4-4, and I mentioned before, lots of 4s there. I mentioned beforehand, Endpoint, they need to try and stay close to Fish. They can't allow Fish to get well ahead in the lead, because coming back from the momentum will be so difficult. Especially when they're on their T side, the favoured side right now, on the current meta Nuke then, current meta of Inferno. They really need to stay in this one, and actually, one more rifle than I anticipated. Still 2 SMGs on the side of the CT side. No AWP again. I don't think we're going to see an AWP here from the T side. AWPing Inferno is incredibly difficult to pull off. You need a brain and an aim to pull that one off. I'm not saying does it, he definitely does.
So the experience doing it, I think, is what you're trying to hit towards. It's not like he's cracked Inferno and got himself set up to AWP it.
I mean, I don't know. Endpoint could have cracked Inferno. Who knows at this, at this juncture?
I'm going to hedge my bets and say they haven't, I think.
I mean, they've let it through, so maybe. Then again, it's all questions, and hopefully if they win this map, those will be answered. Amy going for the wallbang there towards and to counter the push. Control of apps now from the T's as well. Very, very slow and methodical play from both sides. But a 4-man stack towards A. They're definitely hedging their bets towards this A bomb site. Could be a good read here. Robin's playing towards Car. Used to be Car. The reason he's just jump sprung there is trying to get information. Cross player's pushing, it's going to force Sliggy. Yeah, Sliggy is now rotating in from Arch. It's going to force him back over towards B. And will the bomb still go towards A?
Certainly a decision this T-side have to begin to make a setup that's all the more important for them, as they're still not out of the woods. They want to break the bank of Fish123. They want to get that stint up to 4-4. The crowd, just another big part of that jigsaw puzzle. Roma ready to flash on through, though. He could go absolutely huge. The flash is going to pop, finds himself one, but Lazar, he's on the ball. He realizes what is going on, finds the quick trade. And this is perfect from the T-side now, as their push is going to begin to formally up on towards the side. T-Sac much, much better this time. No AWP, the whole close instead. It's all on the rifles, and they're doing the job. The mop-up is beginning to really knock down the T-side now as they continue their push. T-Sac's still running right. Finally, a trade coming in from Lazar. He's been a huge player for this T-side, but he has to get that bomb down. He's in a 1 versus 3 playing for the ace, and he is being sandwiched by the CTs.
Does get the bomb down, though. Quite impressive there. Just run, hide, get the bomb down, and just give your team $800 worth of cash. Fish123 winning the force buy there of 2 SMGs. Their money's still low. Endpoint, they're going to go for the force buy. Lazar's not bought yet. Maybe he's trying to think about, does he want to AWP? Does he want to bring out the AWP? Instead going to go for the nice and safe tactic of the AK. 3 rounds in the lead now for Fish123. 5 rifles again. We're not seeing an AWP on the server. CT side AWP is actually an up like Inferno, very, very prevalent. So many long angles towards mid, towards Arch, towards Car, bottom of mid, and even towards apps. You see a lot of AWPers actually go towards apps now. Play far back apps. Try and catch, yeah, exactly where Ezio is right now. Hold off that, try and play the back angle towards balcony, and kill any Ts that are pushing towards apps where Ezio was. Still, T-Sec, when he sees the smoke land, he's probably going to push to try and find all these Ts off guard.
As if they don't
But
face
no
him.
smoke.
They're creeping right on through to him. He'll find the first. It will be a quick headshot coming from Mighty Max, but Robin is popping off. Imi gonna find that late trade. The smoke finally goes down for that cross. This isn't half bad for Endpoint.
This is indeed 3 versus 3. The retake coming in. No smokes though, just 2 flashes. That's all. You can see Max is the man to watch actually. Slowly pushing in towards forward. Does not get the first. Max now needs to hold off these C2Ts. These 2 CTs.
They're already going for the save though, so there's no one there for them to hold off. They have backed off into distance. Withdrawal coming in for Fish123. It is going to be Endpoint to deliver their 3rd round on the board.
That hour break has mullered my vocabulary, I'll tell you that.
Gonna keep it on the ball for just a few more rounds. So
You know,
we're getting
the thing
there.
is, yeah, take an hour break. Just takes a couple rounds to get back into it. Second half, on form snobs, don't worry.
It'll be fine. What are you thinking though? I want to dig into that kind of player brain of yours. I don't mind about anything else, just that player brain.
Fair enough. 5-3 is the scoreline. Surprised actually took that one. The contact towards B straight worked. PT did fall, but a fast trade there from him. Robin found one as well. The problem is, well, I saw Dupree tweet right now, and he said going 2 for 2 on the B side of Dust 2 isn't good enough because the retake of Dust 2 B side is so difficult for CT. Could be a similar fare for B side Inferno. Simply going 2 for 2 on your CT defense on the B side isn't good enough because you can see how hard it is for the CTs to retake B. You have to find multiple frags from one player to step up on that B bomb site, or simply have good enough nade usage to hold off the CTs from Ts from pushing, and give the time for your teammates to rotate in and have a better and faster retake.
Here, Robin's going to push off.
Yeah.
Very unexpected. Huge damage onto his Laza. Mighty Max just 26 HP as well. Minuscule amount all in all, and that prompts Robin to keep on going.
Oh my
keep
God.
the plow going on forward. There's even more damage begin to be applied. Gets that frag as well. Emi going to hold on close. But look at Robin go. Upgrades for that rifle, of course. It's going to be a 5 versus 3. A tough one for Endpoint to work out for, and kind of the future you have to glance towards at Endpoint. It's very all or nothing for their economy. They're really going to have to try and hope that they can keep it sticking off the back of that Sliggy. Perfect positioning, with the right timing as well, really rolls into such a successful package for the CT side. There's 1 round on, 1 round off. But unfortunately for Endpoint, that favours the CT side.
Max is low. Max is low. 20 seconds on the clock. Voice crack and a cracked economy for Endpoint potentially. 2,000 on those remaining players. They're going to get 1.9k in cash, so if they save these rifles, drop them over. Oh, they can't drop them over. You don't get the cash. Okay, so the round loss bonus, you only get if you die before the time expires, right? These 2 players, they've saved 2 AKs, but you can see the money hasn't gone up. They've still got 1.2k, 1.4k. That means they can't drop over another AK or an SM. Well, they can still potentially drop over. Imi could drop over a UMP. Yeah, he will do that. We'll drop over the AK to Max. We're going to be seeing another buy here for Endpoint. They need this one. The money is so low. Forced onto an SMG onto Imi. If they lose this one, Fish123 takes 7. Then we're going to be seeing ecos come out for Endpoint. That's when things get very bad if it goes to 8-3, 9-3 from there.
Are they going to pop their way through? See if they can really make the best out of what they've got here, though. It's always going to be a positive. The guys like Laza, Imi, PT and such, always fighting. No matter what happens, they'll always keep the dream alive somehow, even if it is just in their heads after all. 6-3 though. Fish123 doubled up on that scoreline and will certainly look to really push on forward. It is looking like to be a fairly transparent setup from Endpoint for now. Very readable.
Control of apps as well for the Ts. CT's pushed far back towards the site. Sliggy holding the arch push. He's been playing this angle very commonly. Gonna chuck a very well timed volley there. Maybe pushing through with the SMG though. Sliggy with the SMG of his own. UMP. Just gonna fall back a little bit. Maybe anticipating a fake. With those flashes as well, Roma's about to be tested.
Yeah, it really is going to be a bit of an odd situation. Well, gets himself set up for a spray down, but unfortunately only able to fan out one. Meanwhile, Sliggy still standing, still pushing, as he finds himself right out of the park of that one, as Imi is going to fall. 4 versus 3, a very clear-cut advantage. Look at the jump coming from Laza, very well placed from him. very well timed. And this nets it back to that 3 versus 3. Robin, a tough one for him to work. If he faces wide onto the site right now to try and catch off PT, Luzza will just face out and find the trade.
Yep.
So it is so difficult for Robin and co to try and work their way out of the one. That's all we're going to see. Robin has to face, try and make that play work. Luzza is going to get taken out by defense in the process, but Mighty Max now can be the man to kind of kill and throw the old graveyard. It's great CS from Endpoint. Greatly well-crafted setup for them as well, getting those off-the-plant positions. And that sets them up for a huge round now. 6-4, their economy replenished in the short term.
Very good push there from Endpoint. Good trades come in. PT of the first trade. Luzza, anticipating where Kita was, knew there had to be another player there, right? He knew Kita had to be towards apps. Kita had to be towards pit, hiding somewhere. Jumped up on balcony, took his head off. Also found the kill onto one of those players exiting library in the retake. Makes it 4-6. So the 5-7 is going to take down. Even getting for that wallbang does actually tag up Kita a little bit, so that spam not in vain. It's going to be Ezio dying first though, again, to the side of Endpoint. And actually they went for the quasi-buy here. They do have enough to buy into the next round, so at this point there isn't really much pressure here. Endpoint's money is low. Each gun they take out is going to be a big advantage for them. Fish123, no pressure at all.
No pressure, but these pistols will look to almost certainly isolate them. Look at these positions being held. It's all off angles. Roma was waiting with the rifle as well. That should be able to get that frag. On towards Dimmy on short. We do see PT find a trade in return, taking down Kita, but then CT pops out. Mighty Max, though, opening up with a double kill to bring us to a 2 versus 2. Sliggy and T-Sack both will try and collapse onto the site, both with their own variation of Deagle play. Some magic certainly has to be infused. It's be a nice little double peek on towards short, allowing Mighty Max just another in this round, leaving it all onto the shoulders of just one man. T-Sack, ready and waiting, making his push, going further and further by the second, but Luzza, he's on the ball with this one. He knows what is coming. Waits, gets himself the headshot on Endpoint. Not keeping it clean, but keeping the round.
They do indeed. As many rounds as they can get on the T side is pivotal to how they do for the rest of this map. Fish123, one map advantage. Endpoint, they need to get the 1-1 draw here. Especially after FM drew. They need to try and stay and keep the same pace as Excel, as FM. They need to stay at that top 3, top 4 mark. They can't let this game slip.
AWP, very excited to see what Sliggy's going to try and do with that.
On CT side, typically play towards Arch. B fast, rotate towards B. If smoke goes down, you go towards Graveyard, hold the site push. If they take control of Arch, you go around towards Library. There's actually a little gap in the Library where you can see the short push onto a site. If you've got good reaction time, very easy to get frags. This is what Kenny used to do on the old Inferno, actually, was get aggressive towards Boiler with the AWP. It's so common that the Ts, once they have control of apps, they go towards Boiler and they try and find openings there. So with the AWP, it's very easy frags. Also, you know, retaking the B-bomb site with the AWP isn't actually that bad. You can hold on, you can hold the angles, such as behind new box. But anyway, Ezio almost caught Roma from behind. And actually find Kita. They have a nice shot, but the bomb is actually going towards B and Roma. So Robin takes down 1 T-Sack as well with the SMG. Immediately does get the trade onto Robin. We're in a 3 versus 3. Low HP onto Max though. He did get dinked. The bomb rushing towards A, but look at where Sliggy is. Do the Ts anticipate the bomb? Going back towards B. That's a nice shot hit onto Ezio. Now they're going to realise what's going on. Max dead. Low HP. One shot from this. The Molly might be killed. Oh, it does.
That is going to be the case. Will be Mighty Max burning away. Cremation seems to be the endpoint for him, as Emmy is now going to have to make that push. A slow ticking one through the smoke, but a push nonetheless that has to come in with 15 seconds on the clock if he wants a chance. Now is the time to take it, get that 1 versus 1. But Sliggy is going to backstab him with the AWP. A round in play for Fish123. An economy of Endpoint yet again going to find itself stripped away. Every single time they lose a man, it's so significant for them. Whereas in comparison to Fish123, it's almost the polar opposite of being that insignificance. They've got a few players on low money after they've reinvested heavily with full utility. But for the most part, they're doing okay.
They are indeed. Sliggy back on the op as well, found the most crucial frag of the round actually, Ezio, towards Arch and Long. You're playing very close with that AWP.
Makes it work, still standing as well, the M4 saving him. Finally we see the pistols pop off and claim that frag, however, is going to be Kita, long range UMP, to make sure that this A-site is going to be pinned down. Needs some quick support though from Robin. He has to get himself into position nicely here, and so he has done. Blocking PC, blocking Luzza from both getting themselves onto the site as he finds the first, goes for the second. Mighty Max with the Eagle spamming on towards the head of Kita. But should have bought enough time for the CT side. The closest one down. A bomb is going to get planted though, and so much valuable. Or value, should we say, for Endpoint, but winnable, the phrase that comes out of your mouth. Unwinnable, the phrase that comes from mine, is going to be flashed off. 2 versus 1 situation. Endpoint really at odds end. 9 out of 10 in those situations.
Bomb goes down. They've lost 2 in a row now. Sorry, they've lost. Yeah, still 2 in a row. They've lost. Bomb going to go down, so they won't have enough to buy. That quasi round previously doesn't mean they have enough for. Oh, Lars is debating the orb. Actually, no, just got dropped the AK instead. 3-round advantage now for Fish123, and they can actually close this one off. They have the momentum. It was previously 6-5. They won 2 in a row. Robin. That's a very good angle to take down Imi. He knows Imi likes to go for that wall bank to prevent the push towards apps from the CTs. Robin catching Imi off guard there to find the first frag. 1 minute 30 on the clock still though. The T's, they have plenty of time to change the situation that they're in. Try and get it back to a 4 versus 4. We need 1 player here from the T side to step up. Then again, Endpoint as well. They could group together, head towards B. In that case, it's still a 4 versus 2 onto that side. And even if they go 2 for 2, and it's a 2 versus 3 towards the retake, retaking B is so hard if the T's have utility. So still a fairly even round.
An even round, an even predicament. As it is Fish123. Still toying with that man advantage though, and that does play a factor in it. No matter how blind Endpoint have to be. Trying to admit to that. Sliggy doing some damage on towards Mighty Max. Robin finding a pick on towards Ezio. Make that another on towards Laza. PT finally is going to secure the trade, but Sliggy is still standing. This is perfect from Fish123. An easy way to dismantle Endpoint. Quick, done and dusted. 9-5. Set. Get themselves 10-5 as the response from Endpoint is going to be very, very lackluster. Limited in terms of what they can afford, and they want utility over firepower.
They do indeed. We saw them do this in Overpass and they won the round when they went for that play. Very good with the nades. Imi, obviously, very methodical in the way he approaches Counter-Strike. But he's also very good at changing it up as well. He's not being put down to one angle. Well, seeing the game from one angle. A lot of the times you look at players, or I just like Existence, where they only go for the tactical side. And they're not very good at changing it up for that fast, aggressive, skill-based style. Robin, now look exactly where he is. There's nowhere they expect this. The flash comes in, finds one. Good trade there from Pete. We'll make it a 1-man lead, though still. Fish123, no play on the site just yet. The rotation from T-Sec does have a smoke. Instead, they're not opting to use it, just going to hold the angle instead.
Needs to play his cards right in terms of this push. If he wants to go for it, so he will.
Oh my
So
God,
much damage. T-Sec going to find all of the frags as he uses the lawnmower for Fish123 that secures their 10th round on the board in a 10-5 half. Endpoint. Work cut out for them going to their CT side now, but they got 5 on their T side, which at the end of the day isn't abysmal.
Yeah, but is it enough, right? If they lose, actually, who won the pistol? Okay, so it was Fish123 winning the pistol. Got a pause coming out. I think it's just a slight tech issue, nothing too major. 10-5 being the scoreline. Endpoint, they need the pistol. If Fish123 win pistol on their T side, this could be 13-5, and from there, Endpoint, they're going to have a very solid and structured CT side.
That's always the way with 10-5s though, right? I think it's always going to be a bit back and forth, and there's only 2 very clear directions you can go with it.
Exactly.
It's either Fish123 build up to 13-5 or Endpoint bring it back to 10-7. So I guess the better sort of options to explore is, okay, how do Endpoint want to approach their CT side? Because I'm looking at them as a lineup and going, okay, that B site going to be a big part of that. You've already stressed enough how much value you get for those picks in return. But what about the A site? What about that quick short push? What about the presence we're going to see over toward apartments? Because Fish123, if there's one strength they've got, is that they know how to push buttons of a team like Endpoint, especially a team who are so structured. They have a proper leader, such as Imi.
And we saw it on the first buy round of the game, actually, of this map, where Fish123 on their CT side had low economy, low buy, and they pushed. And we saw how effective that was. Could draw things from that. How long is this technical issue going to be?
Hopefully not too long. We can cross our fingers and hope for the best.
Yet? Almost. 5 to midnight. We need to head off to bed. Hopefully, Endpoint can change that. Hold us here for another half an hour, 20 minutes, if they can bring it back and make this one close. This pistol now, so much pressure riding on this. They need the pistol to be able to bring themselves back into this one. They lose the pistol, they force buy. You know, it's 13-5, and going into the first buy round, they're going to have a lack of utility, lack of nades. You need nades and utility in Inferno. Smokes to hold off these choke points. Counter flashes towards the sites. And for the retakes, Molotovs as well are so important. Mollying off the new box, mauling off the side of the side, mauling off pit, all of those angles, but still. Gonna be the key on Imi, smoke as well for the smoke diffuse. 4 sets of armor, Keita now with the nades, smoke and 2 flashbangs. Could smoke off CT, double flash over, and play for a fast B attack. Pete towards Coffin, Jiggle peeking, sorry. Doesn't want one of those T's just to push through and just take it sort of instantly. Just gonna Jiggle peek for info, and then play off that. Thing is, there are no nades on the B bomb site for the CT side, means that once this push comes in, they're not gonna have much to hold it off apart from raw firepower. And I actually believe the flash and smoke towards CT could be the round win here for Fish, unless Pete and Max can go huge.
They're set up at least in the right angles to find themselves those headshots, but are they going to connect? So far, so good. PT to find themselves at least one, a bare minimum. But it's going to be a quick jumping shot from Robin, but Money Max fighting strong. But yet again, the trades for the T side, they've gone 2 for 2. A situation you depicted as being flat out terrible, as now it is going to be T-Sack straight through the smoke on towards Laza. Just another huge value for money for this T side. Mimi trying to force the hand of Keita, but that's not going to happen. Keita, he's going to win those duels. Ezio, every single time now, unfortunately for him, going to be left in just another impossible clutch situation. A 1 versus 3, trying to go for those body shots, trying to get the situations that favour him. But is there really one to travel together? The answer is no. They can peak in so many different fights there that Fish123, an easy 11th for them now.
Yeah.
Where did Endpoint go from this? They have to force up, of course, that's a given.
That's the problem as well. The force, it's a given, but it's a problem, right? Going to the first buy round, they won't have the utility to hold off the choke points. How are they going to hold Banana without smoke towards the bottom of it, or flashes, or a molly, or something? T's will simply just have control of Banana, have control of the map.
They've got smoke, for fairness, and they should be able to put that down towards Banana if they so choose, but Max doesn't want to use it.
I'm talking about the first buy round, though. In case Endpoint do lose this, which is going to look likely unless one of these players can go huge. Laza, only the P250 going to save because he wants the AWP. We saw some success from Fish123 on their CT side with 5 rifles. Laza, though, going straight for the AWP.
1 minute 20 now, so early into the round in the grand scheme of things. Waiting to see where Fish are going to push this time around. What portions of the map are they going to cordon off and try and really get themselves control of? It is going to be Endpoint to expend that smoke fire to pop it off. But as he drops off, Robin can be there to gracefully catch his head. And that's a frag for this T side to play with. These pistols now beginning to almost get segregated. Look at PT, then 3 peeks in towards Robin. Then Jekyll peek feeling like he needs the information. He wants almost respect from his opposition. But you don't get handed that on a silver platter. You have to earn it. And right now, Fish123, they are running away with this round. These pistols can't make it happen. They had some Kevlar. They forced up into this one, of course. Yes, it provides a very, very limited tool set. But unfortunately, it's all but a waste. More than likely, well, certainly going to be going 12 to 5 at this point. Endpoint, their work cut out for them now.
No saved weapons, just a 5-7 there for Ezio. None of the T players dying as well. You've heard me say it a billion times about the money and 5 players staying alive, but on your T side Inferno, where nades are so important, continuously buying up those rifles, applying pressure, keeping the pressure going on, even though you're losing the round, because that's one thing, right? People don't realize this. If you have a strong economy, you lose a round, right? But you still can buy to the next one with full set of firepower, AKs, whatnot. You're still going to be taking guns out of the CT's hands, right? Could be 2 versus 2s, 2 versus 1s. The money stays low on the CT side, and the Ts can continuously apply pressure to that. So as soon as they do eventually win a round, the CT side is forced into a reset. I mean, how many times have you seen a team win 5-6 rounds in a row on the CT side and then instantly be reset? Still though, full eco coming out here, just Ezio with the 5-7. Going to be a fast push towards mid. Oh, the S.
The money, they can make it. Money Max is going to also and deny that. Taps on towards one Ezio, another for him on towards Keita. So in fact, damage to be dished out to Fish. Well, they still look to make some food out of Endpoint in this one. Because unfortunately, they are all so low that any sort of face is only going to be met with just bullets led to their heads. As it is going to be this T side to at least approach this one much slower. Realizing that, you know what? We don't want to lose too much more. We don't want to let more than 2 people fall in this round. And that's smart from Fish. At the end of the day, they're 12-5 up. Very soon to be 13-5 up unless something goes disastrously wrong. And in their perspective, they are the dominant team. Oh, indeed.
Low HP as well. 1 bullet from more of these guns is going to take them down. Slowly regaining control of mid. Max with the USP. Could play an off angle towards balcony, get one kill potentially, but they're, you know, from there, things get very, very dicey. They could split B here, but maybe overthinking yourself a little bit there. Instead, just going to hold all these angles, play nice and safe, not giving any chance of these CT pistols to gain openings or gain frags. And there you have it. Bomb will go down. Max towards mid is actually... He's like, how did this plant today?
Certainly being played a bit like a fool, but unfortunately for him, I think reality sets in that there was nothing he could do there either way, and they do just creep around just as he's looking towards the other direction, back turned of course, as the theft is going to take place. Money furthering the bank of Fish123. Endpoint saving the 2 UMPs, and I think that's much, much better for them.
Yeah. At least they have some... Well, you say that, but they will have enough to buy into the next round of rifles, so if they save the SMGs, I mean, what are you going to really do with them? You want to buy up M4s. If you lose the round, you're probably going to lose the game anyway. True.
I think there's certainly different angles for them. Hopefully we can see them kind of make the decision with that. Even if they try and go for the exits now, which is still so much value in them for them, right? They can make that money and then kind of try and run away,
Yeah,
which we see in attempts out there.
That's a good point, actually. If they find exit frags in the SMG, $600, you know,
they did try.
Yeah, tried but failed. Now, into this could be the final buy round of the game. 13-5 down. You saw exactly what that pistol did to this game. Maybe the UMP kept there. Yeah, the UMP definitely as it just dropped. Gonna pick up the M4. 4 M4s up down to Luzzer. How will he play? Is he going to be dynamic? Try and get aggressive towards mid. He's holding to the mid push with the AWP. He wants to try and find the opening for his team. Try and play up that. SMG on Roma. Going to be saving that one because if he wins this round, his money's going to be such a strong position. Once again though, no presence towards Banana from the CTs means that it's easy for the Ts to push up close, and now they can play the trade game. If they push in, Pete could get one kill, get traded, but look at the good setup here from Max and Pete. If the smoke goes down, Pete can still aid and help out Max. If the smoke towards CT comes, and now 4 players here, and Roma towards mid, we might be seeing nades towards B. If Roma can find an entry towards A, they might even go back.
Waiting to see if this B push does roll on and what use this flower pot boost is going to have, because at a pro level, it's been able to do so much. But this mixed level here and there, the UKCS sort of style, it's actually being cut short nearly every single time. That Inferno matchup we witnessed just days ago didn't do anything there either. So hopefully we can see at least some sort of use come out of that. Is it going to match up to what we've seen from various other teams? The answer is no. It's going to be completely checked. Keeter and Sliggy both combining frags across the board. A nice little double kill. And Endpoint are just going to have to moonwalk their way out of this one back over towards the A site, because they know they're done and dusted here. Zero value on any of the picks they tried to find. They didn't find anything at all. You talked about going 2 for 2 isn't enough. Well,
it's just there's no information. They just don't get any information, right?
Now they lose their AWP as well. That's even worse.
The Ts have managed to walk all the way up Banana. They've got all the way close towards the B-bomb site, and boom. As soon as Max and Pete die, round's over. We see, well, when I watch back the Vegas VODs of Banana, Gambit, they've been very heavy towards Banana. Fnatic as well. I think it was North and Optic being the only teams that actually gave up a lot of ground towards Banana. Then again, Gambit did beat Fnatic. They lost to North though, but
I think it's also dependent on team style.
I was about to say, right, if you're as well as that, also preparation. If you're Optic, you've gone over setups, you know what you're doing, you know how your partner's working. The way they played that CT setup there, Pete's playing retake almost. He's on the flower pot, yes, but he could be playing towards the site.
Yeah, that flower pot is such a neat position. It has its uses, but it also
in
be selected at the right time. PT can use a nice little pop flash to take down Robin as well, so that's actually a 2-man advantage now for the court of Endpoint. But can they keep it? Because what we've seen on this B site is they just waltz in and they get themselves some picks. Keita, here we go. It's going to be the one-man show of him. Finds that first frag. Mighty Max now having to realize, okay, if I die here and don't get a frag, I'm a waste of space. And that's all that really rolls on through. Keita wall-banging him through the box. Such a smart play from him there. This could be the end of days for Endpoint now.
Yeah, it could be a 2-0 quick sweep here from Fish123. I was trying to have an impact with that Desert Eagle. The problem is though, look at these long range duels. Look at these long range angles. No armor on Luz as well. Going to be buying up into the last round it seems. Maybe they're just trying to get as much experience and practice on this map, going for the save here. I mean, the fact they haven't bought armor as well might be thinking, you know what, lads? Yeah, we can force here. But the chance of us winning the round, as you can see, is very. So they will have money for this last round, for the buy round. So we could be seeing them get more experience, more. I don't even know what I'm saying right now. They've lost this map 15-5.
Yeah, I think it's
Potentially 16-5, but Endpoint can still claw some rounds back, make it a respectable scoreline like 16-8.
I mean, it's approaching the same thing they did on Nuke, right? They sometimes when they first started playing Nuke, when they first built into it, they were learning it, and Imi was like, okay, let's just play these games like we're playing at any scoreline. Let's just learn from what we're doing, use every single round we've got as an advantage to us, and that's a good thing from them. Of course, you have to feel for some of their players. Mighty Max left in an impossible situation there. There's nothing he could do. He knew that, you know, he had to find a 3K, but you can't put that pressure on one man's shoulders. Now, unfortunately, well, he has to go aggressive. He's trying to make a play. He finds himself one, but Sliggy gonna headshot him through the smoke. Do see a nice little frag coming towards apartments though, and this is that practice for Endpoint kicking into gear. And a 2 versus 4. They are happy as anything, but can they hold it together? I think it's certainly a much bigger ask for Fish123 to bring this one back. Oh, not off the cards. Lazar planning over towards Banana with the AWP though. Should be able to at least find himself one here. And 1 versus 3. Well, not really going to be too much of a believer for that one.
Nope, nice and easy frag there. Holding a nice angle, watching for the slow push towards B. Runs back towards new boxes. Roma now has a smoke for CT. Lazar should be an easy frag here for him. Takes the hand, right one. That makes it 15-6, and that's what I mean. I mean, Endpoint, they gain something out of that. They're learning, they're slowly learning. Also, they're getting more rounds on the board, so it looks more respectable, right? Obviously, 15-5 is very different from 15-9.
Yeah.
It's all about practice, right? It's all about
I think it's less about the scoreline, more about practice, to be honest. I think the scoreline is very much kind of like saying,
make a big difference.
it's just like, unless you want to have a bit of an ego, sure, but let's be realistic, egos, they don't change anything at all. What actually matters is how you play in the game. The rounds tacked onto the end of things, well, the scoreline doesn't really change. If you ask me, I'll say no. Love it. I'm going to be there with the AWP.
Oh, Imi actually putting the godsend spray down, and then Ezra putting the salt over it. Obviously remembering that 16-4 game on Cash. Shame it wasn't shown on the streaming PC, but still. Low HP there for T-Sec and Robin. Also Lazar as well with the AWP, getting tagged and sprayed. PT though, there could be a flashbang here from his teammate. This could be some fast aggression. Close towards the smoke, Keita towards wood.
So be very, very careful here. If he overfaces, he can fall so early on with 0 value, sprays on through, and there you go. T-Sec spots out exactly where those bullets are coming from, traces him through the smoke, and it's pinpoint accuracy from him. And that's why a lot of players need to learn that sometimes going for a spray has 0 impact to it, because all you do is give away your traces. Robin picking off Imi. Frag by frag, it's worse and worse. Keita takes down Mighty Max, and this is looking like it is rolling through on towards an Endpoint. It's at 15-6. Looking all but done. We do see the ADP holding on towards Cross, looking to try and volley through the smoke. T-Sec, got to tap him through the smoke anyway, on the elevated angle, so we can see a little bit more, but either way, it is going to be Ezio, the last man to fall here. Sliggy still spraying on through, still looking to go, okay, what can I do here? Can I get a smoke kill as well? The answer is no, but you can get yourself a wallbang, as that's going to be the score. And 16-6, Fish123, a fairly dominant 2-0 in the end of things.